welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm your host, Ben. Oh my God, we are almost at the end of year 2. This will be the second. All right. So this will be episode 122. And then Saturday's the award show. And then Monday will be the audio version of the award show. Yes. And then that's officially, I'm trying to think real quick. Is the award show, it's going to be the last episode of year 2. That's the way I'm going to do it. That's the way it's going to be labeled. But as we get ready, as we end year 2, we prepare for year 3. So I've mentioned in the past, we are doing some themed episodes, the nostalgia tour, movies that made us. We're going to do some more family tree stuff. I also have another idea that I'm working with, but with all these ideas, we're going to hear from more and newer people. So I wanted to take the opportunity today to kind of introduce you to two people. I want to know what the transcript of that looks like. But we have, okay, so you've seen them in the chats. I've mentioned them on the chats, getting a little bit of help. I mentioned that we're doing some movie stuff. We got Hammer and Lasagna with us.
Hello.
Hello.
So I wanted to invite you guys. The idea is as we bring out all these new episodes and people start hearing you, like, who the hell are these people? Plus, as we're getting more interactive on Saturdays on the Mind Pockets. So we're getting more chats. And then as we grow, we get more chatting stuff. But my mom's always interested, who are these people?
Oh,
It's nice to put a voice with the name.
Yeah. So, because Kelly every once in a while, who are some? Because everybody's really interested. Because Lasagna and Kelly have a similar opinion about certain things, or Hammer is just railing about.
I'm all over in random left field things.
But it's always fun because I go to dinner, breakfast with my mom. She's like, "Who are they?" I'm like, you know them. But yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool just to have you guys on, give you guys just a brief history of who you guys are. More with Lasagna during the nostalgia tour, and then Hammer. Hammer. Rumor has it you may or may not be semi-related to one of the Whimsy kids.
Possibly. That is definitely possible.
So what's interesting is the idea that people are like, oh my God, he's closer to, he's more in Whimsy than we knew. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a middle-aged dude.
Gen X.
Definitely hardcore Gen X. I survived the 90s like everyone else. Been surviving corporate America for the last damn near 30 years almost. So I'm just a regular working dude. I go to an office and ride the cube and plunk away on the old computer all day.
Very nice. Bring
home the bacon to take care of my my old family, my wife and my cats. That's pretty much it.
Were you always a cat person, or
pretty much? Yeah.
Okay.
Did
you always have cats?
Almost always had some cats somewhere growing up. Had dogs too.
Okay. But you're exclusively cats now.
Yeah.
And who are you married to?
I'm married to Lasagna, who is on this very show with us.
What's interesting is Lasagna and I have known each other almost 20 years.
Yep.
That's a pretty good stretch.
It's crazy.
Way back in the day.
It was funny because I have to go back and find the date, but there was early on when I was trying to do the nostalgia tour, I was like, hey, Lasagna, I'm like, I don't remember anything. Circa 06 to 11.
She remembers it all.
Yep.
So we threw out the idea, and she's like, well, you gotta respectfully, I'm like, make sure your man's okay with it. So she scheduled a play date. Lasagna, was the play date, was it more he likes me or me like him?
It was more I wanted him out of the house so I could get a little bit of peace and quiet.
Okay.
And because I had to work, And you had asked for our help with something. So I'm like, hey, this is a great opportunity for the two of you to spend some one-on-one time, and like get to know each other and make sure everybody's chill. And it worked out better than I thought. A bromance blossomed.
What do you do when he comes home? He's like, "Oh, I hate that guy," or I text you, I'm like, "Oh, I hate that guy."
I was with this dude. Oh.
That would have been so unfortunate. However, I'm gonna say it. Within minutes of him leaving your house, I get a text from both of you. Basically, like the same.
Like we're in high school.
Yes, the same text of like the general idea was
Just like my shoes.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
And we're only talking about every random thing we did for like 3 hours.
Yeah. It was amazing. I loved it. I laughed my ass off.
Well, and it's nice because like my circle is shrinked a bunch because I'm still working the 2 jobs and everything else. And after COVID, it was hard to kind of like reconnect again with everybody. And then everybody else kind of just grows up and does their own thing. So it was kind of nice to be like, you guys are stuck with me. I'm here we're here every week now recording something. Lasagna, what is some of your backstory?
Okay, so let's see. How far do you want me to go? I'm saying. I am a millennial, full on. And I started working at 2005, 6, something like that. I will share my first memory of you. I think it was like 2007 or 8. Your piercings and tattoos intimidated me, so I crossed to the other end because I was afraid of you, and I was taught that was very, very bad. Currently, I work corporate America. I work from home. I freaking love it. I read smutty books. I play with our cats. I am absolutely an introverted hermit. And I prefer to stay at home. So I love it that you come to us.
House Call podcast. It's
Right.
great.
And it has been great reconnecting with you because, like, kind of like you mentioned, you grow up, people go in their own paths and whatnot. So we definitely lost touch there for a couple of years, where I met and married the poet.
Right.
Man, right here.
And that was 13 years
We got
ago.
married and then we met. And...
I never thought I'd be here. I never saw myself,
getting married?
Yeah, no.
Because you're now a U.S. citizen. You came from the motherland.
Yes, so I did come from
A motherland. Not I don't know what the motherland
not
is.
the is Russian.
Your motherland.
My motherland.
Eastern Europe.
It is Eastern Europe, Bosnia, Croatia, former Yugoslavia.
Would your mom have been like pro when you got married, have kids?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
So like
it's in the old
culturally.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I turned 19, she started asking me when I would have kids.
Right.
At one point,
and you're like, I'm American now.
At one point, she asked if I was a lesbian. Because I wasn't dating anybody at the time.
You're busy, doing your thing.
I was working a lot, and my family absolutely loves him. And like one of my favorite stories is back in 2016, we went to Europe so I could meet the rest of my family because I only have my mom, my aunt here, and my grandmother, no English. Okay, my uncle, no English,
none,
and they absolutely fell in love with him. My grandma and I went to do something one day.
Can we just leave him here and
yes.
go back?
Left him and my uncle alone. My uncle broke out this little
it was a
beer keg.
A mini keg,
keg. The two of them had a great we come back, they're drunk, just having a good old time. Nobody speaks a word of each other's language.
They're all trying to get ready to set him up with the new marriage. Like, we'll send her back. We'll keep this one.
We barely use sign language.
And after that, anytime I spoke to my grandma, every single time she was like, "Have you given him a son yet? Yeah. Not a kid, a son."
Right.
No, grandma, no.
It was amazing. They were awesome.
So
they were totally awesome.
Yeah. But yes, I am not born here. I am naturalized here. And that was a fun experience, actually. So
Yeah, you were what, 18 when you?
I was 18 when I started the process, 19 when I finished it.
Very cool. So being an introvert,
Mhm.
what did you feel about the idea of me just reaching out to you after like 10 plus years and be like, let's talk about all the bullshit.
Let's dig up some bones.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, you and Samantha were huge parts of my life. Like, I've never felt as comfortable with people as I did you two. Like, very rare to find somebody you click with. However, the two of you are the most extroverted, social people I knew until I met him. So it was definitely weird. I tend to gravitate towards the opposite of me.
Yeah.
So I, it was fun. It was exciting to talk to somebody again who knew back then, right? Because as you get older, you're like, wow,
It's like that documentary, My Mom, Jane. Like, it's like they have like the idea that you like we have an opportunity to go back and look at like early days of you, like before you are a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Like, some of those things, like because the list of people that you interact with today from back then is very small.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea that you don't have a lot of opportunity to reminisce about the good old days.
Yes, and as we get older, that's the thing that keeps you young.
Yeah. We used to be cool. We used to be dangerous before. Like, we used to do stuff before we just hung out in the house.
Right. Yeah, safely inside the house.
Before we were cat people. We used to do things.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm always working 2 jobs. Like,
yeah, you're free.
Yeah, I remember.
But I do know your mom.
Yes.
I did meet her a couple of times. Is she still working at Oh, damn. Wow. A DMV too?
No.
Because, well, the nostalgia toll will have the driver's license story.
Yeah, because of you, I got a license.
You're welcome.
Hammer, did you want to get married?
For the longest time, no. I was dead set against marriage. Definitely dead set against.
I wanted to get married when she said I wanted to get married.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. I'm the one that proposed to her, and I'm the one that drove it because she would have been just fine never getting married.
Right.
She was.
He sprung it on me the night before we flew out to Europe. I hear him and his mom whispering
You
upstairs.
have to say yes, because otherwise you ruin all of Europe.
Exactly.
Oh, that's emotional manipulation.
Yes.
Emotional terrorism. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're a
I mean,
monster.
I don't regret it. But him and his mom are whispering upstairs, and then all of a sudden he busts out her ring. And I'm like, she's 5 foot nothing. I'm a big bitch. This ain't gonna fit.
You asked your mom for her ring for her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have a hand-me-down ring?
I did.
That's actually fucking cool.
It is. I like it.
Yeah, it was
I'm not
an
used
original
to wearing-
piece from back in the day. Like small, humble, just a simple.
Yeah.
You have a brother.
Right.
Two.
So two brothers.
One older, one younger.
So how come you get the ring? Is it because they didn't get married?
Technically-
Well, technically, my older brother actually had it first.
Yes.
Because he was the
Okay.
firstborn son, and
Right.
then him and his wife ended up getting her own ring set, so they actually
Okay.
gave that back to my mom.
Okay.
So we still
So it's not
actually
cursed.
have-
Like, here's a divorce ring.
No.
Right, it wasn't
No.
like that at all. But it was kind of like a really limited family heirloom.
Yeah.
One of the few things we kind of have from that whole period of time, and
Yeah.
we actually still have it.
Yes.
And it worked
So-
out well because then
At some point in the future, if maybe my niece, who's like
Right.
the only female
If she
child in
ever
our
would want
home,
it,
if
I
she
would-
ever
yeah.
wanted, we absolutely would let her take it
Yeah.
and carry it on too.
And I'm just not a jewelry.
no, you're fine.
Snow, get off there.
Cat interference.
The cat just
That was only-
started texting us.
Only a matter of time before that happened. Kitty, get off the table, please. Thank you.
I'm not a jewelry person, so I don't tend to wear it, but we keep it safe.
Right.
And if I ever, became a 5'1" little lady, it would fit.
Yeah.
Again. But honestly, I would not mind giving it to
Mhm.
the niece.
Yeah, the idea of just passing.
Yeah, I
Right.
love that.
So this is the second generation? Like your mom's original?
Yes.
Yes.
And now this
Yeah.
Yes.
So then
And
you
then
pass
she-
it to a third generation.
She would be third generation. Yeah.
Whoa! You're just watching cats. Cats are like,
Literally flying on the walls. Right?
they're like, why are they like? We talk all the time, but they're recording something,
Sorry, buddy. It's you can't jump up there.
right? I don't think I have anything like that. Like, no.
Original family piece.
Liam keeps asking. He's like, when you die, what do I get with yours? So I'm like,
I know.
Dad.
Remember what you spent a long ass time looking for Liam, something you have, but we can never find it.
hey, hold on. I was looking for something for Liam.
Yes, because you wanted him to have the same thing.
I can't.
Tweety bird,
Oh, my
the earring.
yes,
thingy.
my
Yes.
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Yes.
Yes,
Ah.
it is. It was weird because for years I found this little necklace charm and I just put it in my ear and it stayed up there for years. And then I found a job and they're like, you gotta take your piercings out. So the idea of taking them out and putting them back in every day, I'm like, I'm gonna either break or lose the thing. So I had to retire it. So I have it.
That's a heirloom. Because I remember you really wanting. I didn't even know why he was a baby.
Right? I'm a dad now. I have to pass things down.
I think that was it.
Like I don't know because I don't know how to be a dad. I don't know what a dad does. And I'm like, I don't have anything for my dad. I'm like, I think it'd be cool if Liam had some weird fucking knickknacks from me. And now I'm like, I don't want him to have any of it. I'm like, it's all mine.
He gets old stuff.
Because there was an episode, I forget what episode it was. The Whimsy mullet. I talked about the story party business up front. So it was the business of Whimsy and then party in the back. So the second half of the episode, I find this rock that I had since I was in 4th grade. So whatever fucking age that was. And then I had it for years and I lost it during a move and an ex-girlfriend randomly happened to have it.
What?
Yeah. Like it's like the most bunker thing. So for like
did she hear the podcast?
No.
Or
like I started doing the podcast and like, okay, so like 04, 05, I've had this rock for now like 15 years. And then we moved and I just grabbed all my things and left and I never went back to grab the rest of my things.
Okay.
And this rock, it's orange, it looks weird and it sparkles. Like for whatever reason, it's like the coolest thing I've ever owned. And then when I moved, I realized I forgot it. So I was like, dang it, that sucks. But over the years, I'd go back to the old house. The lady's mom renovated. So I was like, hey, by chance, like, did you remember seeing anything? They're like, no, we just threw everything away. So I'm like, man, I'm like, and I think about it all the time. And then for years, I'm like, I go online, I'm like, maybe I'll just buy a new one just to replace it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can get one as a proxy, I guess. And then out of nowhere, when we started the podcast, I started reaching out to like you and some other people. And one was like ex-girlfriend from that time. And I was like, hey man, by chance, Mike, not even like, do you have it? Do you remember what happened to it?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh shit, I might have it in a box of rocks that I had.
She just happened to keep it.
That's awesome.
Clothes, yearbooks, like jewelry, all of it. She just lost and just, but for whatever reason, she's like, I got 2 boxes of rocks.
And it just happened to end up in a box of rocks.
And yes, so since like almost 20 years, it was like 18 years, and then I got reunited with this rock, dude. And like, oh man, it is the
You better not lose it again.
no, I know
That rock's been on a
You
journey.
need to put it in like a shadow box.
Oh, 100%, man.
That's awesome.
But because like the original idea was like, what can I give the kids? And now I got the rock back. I'm like, I don't ever want to get afraid of anything. No, this is the one thing I get buried with.
No, Liam gets Woodstock, Sophie gets the rock. Especially if it's shiny
Yeah.
and
You
sparkly.
can put it in the will. That way you can always just have it. Man. It's
God.
one of the damnedest things.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. It's so cool. I should do a comic with it.
Ooh.
Like Red Violin, the idea that you follow the history of this one violin for 400 years. You just follow this rock that's set in a box for a while.
The original Whimsy Stone.
The stories it heard.
Right? Oh, man, I like it.
Rock.
But well, Well, I guess to be fair, that's where the most of the podcast kind of stems from. Like a piece of it is since I don't have anything to pass on. Like
Mhm.
I got stories,
Yes.
and I pass this on to the other. Like, I just like the idea that Sophie one day listens to these things, and she's like, "Oh my god." She's like, I know that guy.
Once you get past the embarrassment, the
Right?
things you can uncover.
But then, like, then wait a couple years, and then she'll love it. It's embarrassing when she's a teenager.
Yes.
Boom, she's like 22, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, my dad's
You got a decade of teen years to get through
Right.
first.
Because like if my mom had weird, like jacked, like she does have some like teenager stories. Like she and her friend used to get in some shenanigans. There's one where like she and her friend super glued her brother's super glued his eyes shut. Like I'm like, I know. I'm like,
That's
I want,
hardcore.
I'm like, I want to know. Like, where are those stories?
This kid thought he was blind. That's messed up.
Well, because like we've all had pink eye, so like it goops up and like try to wipe it off. Super glue, you're like, I don't even know how to get rid of that. You
Yeah.
gotta
That's the tone.
yeah.
On the eyes.
Well, I mean, it would suck, but just gotta flush them after. I'm not saying it's gonna be fun.
But yeah, I like the idea of the storytelling passing it down. I like to talk. Have I always liked to talk?
Yes. Again, this is why I got along so well. Like honestly, the two of you are so similar in so many ways, and I just tend to gravitate towards people who like the attention, keep it off of me, but still
Right.
let me participate.
Like you can go because like you can like back in the day we used to go to like Denny's or a bar or something, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to talk to people.
Right.
Ben, come here real quick.
Yeah.
Tell your weird story,
Yeah.
and then you can still be involved. But Ben's the
Spotlight.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And then you get the kudos for bringing the cool guy over. And that's the importance of the nostalgia tour. Is I remember it that way. She's like, they hated it. They
bought everybody
they hated
rocket
it.
cups
Yeah.
at one time.
Well, what's interesting is like we did record for like my archive files, right? For like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and
Yeah.
like we like some of the ways that you remember things and the way I remember things. I'm like, oh man, this is weird because it's like we're 15 years, 20 years removed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, so the idea of like, I'm the coolest person. She's like, they didn't.
No, man. No.
I was afraid of you the first time I saw you. Oh, and I think that was before they made all of you guys wear like bandages.
Yeah.
And
Cover
then
all the-
everybody looked like
Yeah.
like ER rejects.
So,
Oh my god. Yeah, when we could smoke in the courtyard.
Mhm.
We'd pop over to your mom's for lunch once in a blue moon. I remember having Thanksgiving dinner, I think, because we got stuck working the holiday
Yep.
shift.
And then we just walk
got
over
those.
those.
Yeah. Because she literally
Yeah.
lived right there. And then I just love how like slowly they edged out the smokers.
Yeah. Go outside. Go past the gate. Go past the gates gate. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Uh,
It never made smoking go down. It just relocated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and the beauty of being a smoker is like I'll walk, like try me. I'll walk wherever you want me to. I don't care how hot it is.
Yeah.
outside.
Half a mile, that's fine.
When I worked at when I was still in the office at CBS, God, that was like a 10-minute walk almost to get far enough.
You just had a compound. It's like
Yeah.
massive out there. Yeah.
They have the military insurance call center. You just have to go way off property for.
Yes, I worked at
Yeah.
Cigna.
Yeah, they look like
For
a
a
car
minute.
drive to go
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah. After I went to Cigna, and actually for my interview, I turned into USAA's parking lot because they're literally across the street from each other. And this dude with the freaking gun is like, "State your name and business." I'm like, I think I'm at the wrong.
You may not be in the correct location.
I didn't think Cigna would have this much security. Oh my gosh! But
Did I do your 21st birthday?
yeah, we went to. So my request was, I wanted to go to a hole-in-the-wall bar.
Right, which is my favorite. My favorites.
So much fun, and I wanted to go to an Irish bar
Pub, yeah.
pub. Yeah,
Oh, and
it was like on 40th Street. I think.
yeah. Okay, I remember.
Yep.
Like tilted kilt almost type of thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but more
Bar.
bar, not
Mhm.
Okay.
Not
So,
corporate, but
no,
just an
yeah,
actual
You
pub.
were there. You, Lamont, all the
Yeah.
important people.
The
at the
OG
time.
crew.
Yeah. Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Did you happen to have blonde hair? I think you showed me a picture one time where you were like,
Not for my 21st, but I did at one point have blonde
in
hair.
that time frame back in
Yes.
the day.
Yeah. Because the hole in the wall was actually, I think it was on 4030. It was close by. But I remember because we waited outside for midnight so I could turn 21 and we could go in. Yes. Yeah.
So we have recorded 3 movies
Yep.
for movies that made us.
Yep.
The idea of movies that in some way
Influenced
influence and or define who we are, like or our generation.
In younger years, growing up.
Let me just, before you go any further, there is one movie that influenced us that I will never rewatch again. And anybody that listens to this, do not let Ben talk you into watching A Clockwork Orange.
I'm going to watch it one more time.
It is terrible.
It
The
is
two of you should watch it.
I will watch it with you because
Which is-
I've actually never seen it.
What's
There you
weird
go.
is I don't understand Kubrick.
Most people don't.
But The Shining was great.
Right. But 2001 Space Odyssey, I don't
Hated
understand
it.
it. Hated it. I don't understand
I hated it, and I am a sci-fi nerd at heart.
I want to be able to appreciate what it is that he does. I just don't get it right this second.
And his
Because I would love to do Dr. Strangelove.
I want to see that too. I've never seen it. I know it's a huge.
Like he's like
epic film.
50-50. Like this makes sense.
I
This
know
one doesn't.
his Shining too was a really kind of weird blockbuster term
Yeah.
kind of movie because it was so departed in some ways from the actual book,
Right.
but it still stayed somewhat true enough to the source material to really kind of.
Hammer is a huge Stephen King.
I'm a huge Stephen King
Yes.
fan. I literally read and lived and breathed all Stephen King for like 20 years
Yeah.
growing up.
Which top 2 favorite books?
Okay,
11/22/63.
The Gunslinger, by far number one with the full. The
That was
greatest things
the
ever.
Tower series, right?
The Dark Tower series, all of his Gunslinger stuff, bomb.
Okay.
And literally his entire universe all connects.
Bomb
to it.
is an amazing.
Right.
The other one is not a well known. It's one of his Richard Bachman novels he wrote under a pen name before he got outed, and it's called The Long Walk, which they actually just made into a movie. You can find the preview on YouTube right now.
Oh,
It looks scarily accurate
Nice.
because when he wrote it, it was back in the like early '80s, late '70s. It was originally just a short story that kind of expanded on a little bit.
Because like somewhere in those late 90s or late 80s, early 90s, they were adapting all of his stuff.
yeah.
They've
Like-
done a lot of adaptations of Stephen King books.
The
Like
Langoliers,
80% of them are straight garbage.
Yeah.
A few of them nailed it. The Green Mile was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It maybe
Oh
it,
yeah.
it was classic.
Tim
because-
Curry.
Oh, you're never going to top Tim Curry. Tim Curry was the man.
It was so
He
good.
made people fear clowns like to this day.
Right. Oh yeah, Pennywise, I like it.
Beep, beep, Richie. Oh, God. Sorry. That's just great. I can quote Stephen King all day.
So we've deep dived on some movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got a couple more that we're looking at. What's funny was like we get to the point where we're like, oh, we just want to talk about every one of our favorite movies, and I'm like, yeah, but has it impacted you? You're like, kind of.
There's so many.
Cruise impacted me to never take a cruise.
Just solidified your desire to never. We were already on the note.
We're not doing the poop cruise as
No.
movies that made us. But it is interesting to kind of see 3 different perspectives on like a movie that you've never seen. You're like, oh, I get it, because you watched Kids recently,
I did actually.
and that movie was bonkers crazy for '94.
I remember hearing about it when it came out, and it got a lot of flack.
Right.
And I think I even at one point remember seeing it was either like NC-17 or it
Yeah.
was like, you can't watch this. And I can understand now why it got so much
Right.
flack, because it's less a motion picture and more of a documentary of like what could actually happen if every bad thing you imagine
Yeah.
literally happened in the course of one day.
Right. You watch.
You
the
will
movie-
hate children.
You watch the movie, and then at night you're like, hey, it's 10 o'clock. You know where your kids are. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, not an adult in the entire damn film. It is frightening. And I got to tell you, we need to do a separate episode just on that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And then Lasagna, you're going to do the nostalgia tour with me. What do you think I get out of the nostalgia tour?
Honestly, I think just the feel good feeling of sometimes you just have to look back and look at the happier memories.
It wasn't a complete fuck up.
No, you fucking were.
Okay.
Do you want me to get inappropriate?
Okay.
You do not want me to go
Like,
there.
Don't be ashamed of that kind of fuck up. Like
Oh no, be
okay.
ashamed. Be ashamed.
Disclaimer.
Dude.
I mean,
Dude. The things I know.
not that kind of ashamed. Like
Uh-huh.
youthful, like regret. You're like, oh yeah, that's normal. But like
No,
this
no,
idea of
you,
like,
you should still regret it. Yeah. Some things you should still regret.
what should I be as hard on myself for any reason? If I ever find myself like hard on myself that
Yes.
I didn't do something right or my
Yeah.
path was wrong.
No, you never maliciously did anything bad.
Right.
Questionable. Morally wise, absolutely. Who hasn't?
Right.
But maliciously, you never were, because again, I look back to my first impression of you.
Mm.
It was this. I don't want to say badass, because that sounds. It gives you a toughness
That I clearly don't have.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who knows me, they're like, he's not tough.
Right. And then I got to know you, and you were the exact opposite of everything that society was telling me.
Mhm.
You know, pierced, tattooed, long hair, blah 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 blah. Because I grew up in a very small-minded, conservative type of mindset.
Right.
So being exposed to you and Samantha was like,
Right.
polar opposites. And I think, you know, what you'll get out of it is just it's good to look back and remember that. Don't forget who you were and how far you've come, and all that you've accomplished. I don't know how you are still working 2 jobs.
Right.
Honestly.
I can barely handle one.
Yeah, I understand why. I understand your drive to do what you want to do, the purpose of it. But, you know, you're a good person. You are not who your image portrays you.
Right.
And the fact that you get along with my husband like so fucking hunky-dory is truly heartwarming to me.
I text you and you're like, I'm not home. I'm like, oh, I don't care about you. Like, what's he up to?
And it's just nice, I think, for me at least, and I hope for you as well, to know that you can know somebody for this long and still see the good parts of them, the questionable parts of them, but appreciate them as a whole.
Right.
And I think at this point in our lives, where we are now versus where we were then as dumbass kids, it's amazing to see how far we've come.
It's like that. There's that one commercial where the mom is looking at his kid, at the boy, and he falls out of the tree, and they're like, he's not going to make it to 9, and then he's 9, and he does something else, falls off a bike or something, and he's like, oh, he's not going to make it to 12, and then he grows all the way up, he gets married, and he's like, I can't believe he made it to 25 or something.
I love seeing you as a father. I love hearing you talk about your kids. Right. It's honestly like I never thought that would happen, and it's adorable. Right. We've committed firmly to never having kids.
100%.
But we support and love our friends that do.
We enjoy being the greatest aunt and uncle in the world, and we are okay with it.
So I hope that you see how far you've come, how much you've accomplished, and how much more you have to go.
I think a lot of it stemmed from like the idea of like, I think I've lost or forgotten those earlier Bettons.
Yeah.
Because there's
easy to do.
Different versions of them that span about 4 years each. And like somewhere I've lost track of some of the good qualities from some of those other bands.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part of the purpose of the tour. Overall, 2 years of the podcast. What do you guys, Hammer, what do you think? Like the idea that you're like, I just met this guy.
Well, I mean, I knew of you. I remember hearing stories about you, and then like meeting you a couple times here and there. And then after some time passing, seeing you do this like massive swath of just shooting it out into the world in the form of podcasts in every direction. I think it's fantastic. You got a phenomenal start. Keep going, man. It's awesome.
What are your favorite standout? Because you have
it's pretty awesome, and I'm about a third of the way through the history so far, going through the whole podcast,
so you
backstory and getting everything caught up.
far more.
Yeah, he's like, I listened to all of them. I'm like, here's the best stuff. He's like,
No,
start the one. He goes, oh,
Regular banter of your son just
Yeah.
not kidding you and you just laughing
Yeah.
like a weirdo is just
Right.
really entertaining. And you've got a swath of different types of guests that really paint a wonderful, colorful palette
Right.
of just great stories.
because I don't know how many like as we continue to move on and we grow and stuff. I don't know how many people are going to be committed to go back to listen to 100 hours of other like
There's a lot of them. There's a
oh,
lot.
well, and then you got the live streams and everything else. Like it's crazy to me.
I'm not rewatching the live stream ones, but I'm watching the actual.
The My Pocket ones are okay, but man, I
the Z
Yeah, yeah.
stories, those are great.
Yeah.
Like to give them like really an open forum to just kind of
Mhm.
sit down neutrally and just kind of talk about stuff.
Right.
Clearly, you can tell kids nowadays just don't have that.
right.
Not to where you acknowledge and respect them to just, hey, give them the microphone, let them go. It's awesome.
Right. Well, and I think that's part of the idea of the podcast is like how, as an adult or a parent, am I supposed to communicate with you? And like I think Mark and even Pinky mentioned just like shut up and listen for a minute. Like you don't have to fix everything. You can just sit here and listen and just know that I'm not happy right now and just be okay with that.
They just want to be heard.
Yeah. Lasagna, what do you think of the podcast? Am I doing too much knowing that I'm doing two
Yes.
jobs?
Yes, you are. You do entirely way too much.
But
But
you don't have an addictive
yes,
personality.
I know. And at least it's not, wasting. No, never mind.
I'm not gambling. I'm not
Yeah.
drinking. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm doing something semi-productive.
Yes, yeah, and you're learning new skills, video graphics and all the other stuff. You're forcing me to learn new stuff.
Because I would say, was it ever creative in the? Okay, so you saw me start writing my book of short stories towards the end of our relationship before you all just split off.
Yeah.
Was it ever creative before that?
No, but not for a reason I can say on the
Okay.
podcast.
Or this?
You were busy with other things at that time.
Okay.
And your focus was not on creative stuff necessarily. I mean, you've always introduced me to some cool and out there movies, shows, music, and whatnot. I never.
So I can influence you based off of my
Yeah.
interests.
Yes.
But I was never
Yes.
check out this sweet piece of music or art that I made.
No.
Well, to be fair, I think it came out when I started working the second job because I'm like, what else am I supposed to do
Right.
for 8 hours in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
I'm like, I should be working, sure. But let me just go ahead and start writing some other stuff. And then
With all that time, you don't
Yeah.
be sleeping. You got to do something with it.
that's what the
Yes.
podcast is like right now.
Yeah,
We're just like,
'cause didn't you start with well, back in those days, I guess it would call the blog,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, I did do a vlog.
Yeah, I remember that. And that was when you were working
Yeah.
overnights.
Was that like MySpace days or?
No, it was blogger.com.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like real fucking primitive stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, because I used to write.
Uh-huh.
Because I used to write whatever was going on in my head.
Yep.
Some good and some darker stuff, and then I converted it over to just a straight diary for a minute.
Yeah.
And then I started writing some short stories, and then I was trying to do a zombie alien crossover story, all because of the name, the Reese's effect. You got zombies in my aliens.
Oh my god. You got aliens in my zombies.
What?
Remember the commercial with the car accident? It's like, oh, you got milk in my peanut butter,
Or you got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Oh, you got peanut butter in my
I don't
chocolate.
remember this one.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
that's why
great one.
Reese's are the best. Is because it's the
Best
perfect blend of.
I might have been drinking heavily at that time. I didn't
Oh.
watch a lot of TV for several years in there.
It was a passion project of mine for a minute. Where it's like I need to tell all because of a stupid name, the Reese's. Because I was thinking, I'm like, what do you think? Because you've seen like robots and something else, but you never see zombies and aliens.
Right, it's like a shark in a tornado.
Right. Right. Genius.
Have you watched the Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Slayer?
No,
She made
so
me watch
good.
it.
Yes, I did when it first came out.
It was
I
so
did
good.
enjoy that.
It was so good.
It sounds like something that's incredibly dumb, but it
Yeah.
actually is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and then so I started writing that, and then I kind of fell off. That like I'm not traditionally trained as a writer. I kind of just like let's stay up for 3
Barely
days.
read.
I know I can't read either.
But I'll read out loud. Yeah.
And then I start writing the short stories. But those like when you like, it's interesting because you guys have copies.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna print and bind them soon. So I'm gonna take a couple copies to November with me to November to show the con.
Nice.
But like when you read them, you're like, oh shit, that's like she was there for some of them. Like story 2 is vaguely based off an idea you had, and it's like you read them, you're like, oh, I clearly know what he was going through.
Do I get credit? A shout out?
Maybe I can put
You said it. It's recorded. It was based on an idea I had.
you put a little asterisk in the footnote somewhere.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
We'll revisit that later.
I'll send you my government name.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, that was, you did start to, and I think it helped you more because I think for a while there you were chasing and doing.
Dude, I
don't know why.
I was like,
well, and then I started working like the night shift, so I rarely saw any of you. So yeah.
best way to avoid problems is just ignore them and find something like find a questionably worse decision to make than to address the easy one.
Yeah.
What are your favorite so of all the things that I've done, what are your favorite shows? Proper, Nooners, Pockets, Z.
I haven't listened to any of the Nooners. How many of those have you done?
60.
Good God, man. Okay, on your website, I tried looking through like the lexicon of things you have listed.
Do you have
like,
playlists for each of them?
Good
Or
Lord,
is it
man.
different channels?
YouTube has them all listed as lives.
Okay.
Yeah. I did think about converting them. Holy crap, I could. I can actually. Can I RSS feed those right into? I don't know. I might be able to put those on my as like a podcast here. I mean, my thing is, you don't have to listen to everything. Like
I probably won't, but I mean, honestly, the main OG Whimsy show really is your base.
Yeah.
It's really the trunk that all the other branches are shooting off of. So I mean, you keep coming back to it, and you keep making it better and adding to it and learning.
I really want to go back and listen to the Sad Dad.
all the sad dads.
Yeah, you need to send me the best one.
Just do a list of the
I
Sad
want
Dad
to see
episodes.
what made people like reach out to you and be like,
Do a
man.
legit wellness check. It got pretty sad there for a little bit.
Dude, right? No, because
This is a couple of like, dude, wow, bring it up, man.
because if you're past 40, because Liam on the run was 43, and he disappeared in the 20s and 30s. So like every other week, I was just by myself, and I'm like, nobody wants to hang out. Like
Solo therapy.
That's the one thing. Okay, let me just toss this out there. That is the one thing about you is you do not know how to be by yourself. And this podcast, I think, is one of the best things that's happened to you because it gives you that outlet. Because otherwise, you make bad decisions when you're just sitting there. You thrive off of
right. So
I don't want to say attention, but like that
social interaction.
Yes.
Well, it's like do I go to the casino at 2 o'clock in the morning, or do I sit here and try to figure out how to put 4 bends in the video?
Exactly. Yes. So I think it's actually been very healthy for you.
It's kind of sad that you left the other 3 bends standing outside and didn't squeeze them in either.
But
tell them about the idea.
Which one?
With the clothes changes.
Oh, like
I mentioned for the awards. You know how they ask you, oh hey, what are you wearing?
like the red carpet pre-show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. So like everybody's talking to every celebrity, and they're like, hey, what are you wearing? And now they make a note of it that says they're not allowed to ask who you're wearing anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's a fucking thing.
That's
a figure. But they're always like, hey, Charlize, Sarah, come over here. Like, how you doing? Congratulations on your nomination tonight. So the idea would be I want to do like a pre-show for next Saturday before the award show, and I was like, what can I do? And I'm like, maybe I can just like pre-record different bends.
Just walking through in different outfits.
Yeah. And then like I can green screen and I can just have my microphone and be like, we're live at Ben's house. Like, let's see, we're getting ready to start the awards. We've got about 25 minutes to go. Look who's pulling up. Ben's here.
I will help you. If you need help, I will help you.
Okay, so this can only work if you include three things.
Okay.
One, Ben in a full banana outfit.
Oh, don't tell me, man. I can overnight that.
Amazon.
I can overnight
Banana
it.
outfit.
Oh shit.
One, Ben dressed straight up like Sailor Moon. And then Ben, like, literally nude with squiggles,
right,
blurring out the thing.
I don't know if it
that would be
swan dress.
Ooh, swan dress would be good.
That's not.
Or like I could just introduce like I really want to know how to start playing with like I really want to get noir Ben in there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hanging out. There's just a black and white Ben just wandering around.
You could do Ben covered in raw steaks, like steak dress. You could do
right.
meat.
Hi, Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Lady Gaga.
Do you have a fedora?
I do have a fancy hat.
No, but a fedora.
A straight up fedora. It's
I think it is.
It probably isn't.
No, it probably is.
It's like a bowler hat, probably, isn't it?
No.
No.
No, you don't still
like
need it
Inspector
with
Gadget
angle
fedora
hats?
style hat.
My driver hat I still have. I don't wear it as much. But for one of the first Christmas parties we had at work, I bought.
Yes.
Yeah, I have my.
Yes. I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. The next year 3.
Man,
I don't know what we're gonna do for you.
It is nice to it is not it's not nice. It is great to have reconnected with you
Mhm.
and to have my husband have another male friend. So he's not surrounded just by me and
Right.
other women. I love that you guys get along. I love that you're able to look back on a lot of really
Right.
fun memories.
It's gonna be fun. Like, we got like you've seen everything we've done for 2 years, and now even if we just duplicate what we did for 2 years for 2 more years, it's still very successful. Like,
you're like literally in the top 5% of all podcasts that never get anywhere near this far.
And you're still learning. You're still growing.
And I'm like, I just constantly coming up with it. Just
Technology is evolving.
Oh.
So
and then and I just got ideas, and I just be like, like my favorite thing is like, let's try it. And then it's like, hey, look, it worked.
well, exactly. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work. You get canceled. And I'm just kidding.
There's an
A couple sad dads and get back to it.
The episode following one of the upcoming episodes into year 3, I'm gonna go back and kind of like behind the scenes because like I tried to do like a late night radio show. And I'm like, oh, this is a brilliant idea. I'm just gonna play all Jay Sargent stuff. I'm just gonna DJ it up. Half hour. Guess what? Sent Jay Sargent the link in my game. And totally half hour, all that. He's like, I can't hear anything. I forgot to turn the sound on. Oh, there's 30 minutes of me just like jamming out to myself and be like, hold on, guys, listen to this part. I love it.
And one sound setting is turned all the way down.
Yeah, just flat out. Yeah.
Oh, damn. And that's another thing too we got to bring up. Fix your sound on the live stream.
It's not just me.
It's so low. I don't know what the hell you're doing. We got to turn it all the way up to hear it. And then we don't remember until it goes to the next thing and blasts us out.
You guys are just chatting away. Like, you should notice the propers volume should be higher now. Because I've been playing with those. And then I'm like 50-50 make it very conscious, just like notice when the live microphone's too far. Like, fuck, I got to put like right under my face.
Why don't you get one of the clip on?
Well, see, half of the problem is I talk louder than everybody else. So if there's somebody else with me,
Yes.
I have to so I'm always used to my microphone further away because I need it to catch them more because there's no problem catching me.
Okay, so you got to kind of adjust for that.
Right. And because like I'm lazy and I don't wear a headset, I don't wear headphones. I can't necessarily hear it. But at the same time, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, Mark's the last episode, it didn't have a bit of that problem where like he was a little bit harder to hear.
And trust me, I put that shit right up to their face, dude. I'm like,
so weird.
Yeah,
like you're almost.
I did notice that like when I switch, because we're both like sitting at our computer, so we can interact and give it interactions,
organic viewership.
Yeah, but my HomePod does very well with your sound, whereas my just the Mac speaker does not.
I have noticed
does better than just regular.
Some of it does come down to what device you're listening to it on.
Yeah.
Because Esther can't hear it on her computer.
Yep.
But she can hear it better on the phone.
Yes.
So it is weird. I do try to play with it a little bit, but it does get to a point where depending on what device you're listening to.
Yeah.
So like so it has been noted. And I do try to play with it.
So we're not the only ones.
Okay. No, we know when you're close to the mic because we can hear your vape
keep
bubbling
calling me out.
Right? Well, no, that's just because that's what I got to do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm supposed to be accountable. But the lives, that volume should definitely be better.
Yeah.
But
also, as you get more successful with this, you'll upgrade your equipment, you'll get better stuff.
You get an on-site producer to help you manage.
Oh my God, I fucking wish, man.
Santa Claus.
Like the idea that someone comes over and hangs out for 2 hours and mans the computer and hits all of the.
So you can just grab the mic and just go off.
Yes, like the presentation is pretty simple. So I just need somebody to like press like next screen.
Maybe read a couple of the really good like chat things that come up in there because sometimes you get like kind of going fast and like will comment and they get to see it right away.
Well, and thank God I got the lag down. It used to be like a 25-second lag.
Oh, dude! Oh my God!
And I'm like, oh, you never.
That's horrible.
Like I'll never get it.
What time do you have to go?
Soon, but thank you guys for like fucking hanging out.
Hell yeah,
absolutely.
I do enjoy
more to come.
Talking, I absolutely love talking, and then like the idea of finding these different things that I can kind of like build on.
Yeah,
like because it's not enough to be like, oh, I need because like part of the problem I'm running into is like, oh, I need to start a brand new podcast. And I'm like, it doesn't need to be that. I just need to like give me a handful of episodes so I can play with the idea of what does movies that made us look like. And then the nostalgia tour. I don't think I need to start a whole new. Like I can't get more than at best 1, Nikki for 2, a couple of other people, Kelly, like and hit up Elizabeth. Yeah. But at best, I could probably come up with like 9 hours, and I'm like, those are perfect as just CTW presents.
We love having you here.
Yeah.
Honestly, otherwise you'd just be sitting here.
Yeah.
And I love that the three of us are very differently opinionated.
Holy shit, man! Yeah, like they're gonna like the idea like you guys lost your shit on me with the Sharknado episode where you guys were yelling at me because you guys can't take a joke, and you're like, well, you don't take jokes on this series on piracy, Ben. There are no jokes about piracy, Ben.
What are you talking about? I don't recall that.
What? You guys lost your shit.
Nuh-uh.
Oh my God.
I legitimately don't remember what you're talking about.
What was it? Oh, because I was going to play them all.
You were going to throw the movies up. Yeah. You were doing anything.
Mystery Science Theater, and you're like, oh, that's piracy, Ben. You're going to get.
Well, you're getting into a different gray area there.
YouTube.
YouTube will just delete you, man.
You do it if you can.
Google is big. They don't care.
Here's what I found out. I just keep going until someone tells me. Hence why I don't do a lot of trailers anymore, and I don't do a lot of video deep dives on TV shows.
So you were right.
You got the natural talent for podcasting. Because I can relate. Once you love the sound of your own voice, it's easy.
Yeah.
Do you ever will you ever go back and listen to your own episodes? Does that bother?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. I mean, I think it's weird. But I'll listen to it. I'm not creeped out that much.
No, I've heard.
Megan hates it. Megan,
you know what you said.
Megan's like, oh, I don't like listening to that.
See, yeah, exactly, 100%. Dude, I remember when I was graded on my fucking calls. I hated listening and sitting there.
Gave yourself the willies.
Oh my God. I just sounded like a And then when my accent comes out, because I really think I don't have one, but then I pick it up. Oh yeah, worms coming out. And then I pick it up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you used to have it like everyone. Like, it used to be like situational where it would come out real thick.
Really?
Yeah, way back in the day. All right. But thank you guys for hanging out. I made the joke that this is technically Monday's episode, which is still technically part of year 2, but I will make sure that the cutoff for the next awards is the week before this one, so you guys will still be eligible for a year 3 guest.
Why, thank you.
Well, because you never know. We do a couple more of these, they're like, Hammer is amazing. He's doing crazy things. This one over here is all crazy with our accents and stuff.
Hey, shut up.
All right. Well, you guys have a good evening. I'm gonna get ready to go live stream. Got Mind Pockets. God, I love Mind Pockets.
How many do you have today?
10. I found out I can keep them right around 10.
That's pretty good round number.
I look at them and I'm like,
Get you the hour you need.
part of it is like I want something that I think is like not even entertaining. This is something that has a decent anecdote that I can go with it. Because like I think about a bunch of stuff, but I'm like, not everybody needs to know that. Like I like my sandwiches cut straight versus diagonal.
You're allergic to vegetables.
It's food, man. Just get it in.
No, but that's a gauntlet question now. We'll have to have you guys back on. We'll have to do some gauntlets with you.
Yeah, no, we'll do some other steps.
But I thank you guys for hanging out and welcome to the Whimsyverse. You guys are officially
all right.
You're outside of the chat now. You have a real voice. So that's gonna be interesting.
For any fan club submissions, please email Whimsy.
Right. All right. You guys have a good night. You can say it.
Whimsy.